Hi everybody. Today we're going to be working on lesson 12-3 in the math book, and it starts on page 680. Now these pages are going to be asking you to use objects to measure other things in the book. And the object that they're using in the book are these Connect cubes. I have some Connect cubes with me, but you're not going to have them at home. So I was thinking of things that you might be able to use in place of them, and I thought, well, maybe I have like some cheese crackers, so I could use cheese crackers, or I even have some peanuts that maybe you could, use, beans, anything that's kind of the same size. Maybe even if you made the 1s and 10s the other day, maybe you could use the little squares that you cut out for the 1s. So anything that is roughly, now notice that's not quite the same size, so try to get them about the same size, and that will work to measure. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Connect cubes, but you use whatever you need to. Your answers will obviously be different because you'll be having bigger or smaller objects to measure, but you'll still get the idea. So, reading from the book, it says, use copies of a shorter object to measure a longer object. Lay each copy of the shorter object end to end. This will be the length unit. So if I'm using my cubes, I'm going to start on one end. Notice I don't start in the middle, and I don't start way over on the edge. I'm going to go right to the end of the object that I'm trying to measure, right on the edge. There's 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3 cubes, 4 cubes. So this marker is 4 cubes long. Now if I was using the peanuts, it would be very different. But again, I'm going to go right to the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it's about 6 peanuts long. So you can see how it's different depending on what you're using to measure. It's a little more difficult than what the lesson was supposed to be. All right, now here's a marker. It says, don't leave gaps or overlap the cubes. So notice we don't want to just put one here and I think I'll put one there and maybe one there. No. We want to make sure that they're all lined up nice and tight next to each other, starting at one end and going to the other. Okay, so this one is much more lined up. Oh, they've overlapped on that one. So you want to make sure that you start on one end, put them all nice and neat together in a straight row to the other end. All right, number 1 says use cubes to measure the length. So you're going to use whatever you have. I'm going to use my cubes. We're going to start on one end of the stapler, and we put 1, 2, 3, 4. So this stapler would be 4 cubes long. Number 2, I have an eraser, and again I put the cube right here on the end, and I put another cube right there, and that covers it up perfectly. This is 2 cubes long. Now whatever item you're using, make sure you're lined up right on the edge and all the way to the other side, and ask an adult to check it for you. All right, so now it's time to practice. So instead of having you pause, I'm going to go ahead and do the cubes so you can keep practicing with me. And then on your own, you can use whatever items you have been doing to practice some more. So number 3, we've got this great big tape dispenser. So we're going to start way over here on the edge of the tape dispenser. 1, 2, 3. I have to be really careful because my book wants to move. 4, 5. Notice how I'm putting them right next to each other. 6, 7. Okay, so this tape dispenser is 7 cubes long. So we're going to put 7 cubes. Okay, now the glue stick here, again, I'm going to start right at the edge, and I put them right next to each other. 1, 2, 3. So this glue stick is 3 cubes long. All right, now we have a calculator, and you notice that it's wide and it's high, and they want to know which side is longer. So we're measuring the shorter side. We have 1, 2 cubes. So the short side is 2 cubes long. This long side is 1, 2, 3 cubes. 3 cubes long. And the longer side is how many more? So I got 2 on this and I had 3 on this side. How much longer is it? 1 cube more. See how that 1 cube is a little bit longer there. All right, turn to page 682. Measure the length of the eraser. Can the eraser fit inside a box that is 4 cubes long? So we have 1, 2, 3 cubes. If I had a box that was as long as 4 cubes, if it was this long, would this eraser fit inside? Yes, it would, because it's a little bit shorter than that, so it would fit inside. If it was longer, we wouldn't be able to put it in, but it's a little bit shorter there. Number 7, measure the length of the paintbrush. Can the paintbrush fit inside a case that is 5 cubes long? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, there's 5 cubes, and my paintbrush is still longer. 6 cubes. Would it be able to fit into a box that was this size? Nope, it's going to have that little extra bit right there. It is not going to fit in the box. All right, then I want you to find some items and to measure them. So in your house, you can find some things that you think are about 10 of whatever item you're using to measure. See if it's about 10 of those long. Okay, I know it's very confusing when we can't all use the same blocks, but I appreciate you trying. Number 9, which is not the correct length of the marker shown? Well, let's see. It says choose all, so we may have more than one answer here. Choose all that apply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the marker is 5 cubes long, which means it can't be 20. So that's one of the answers. 10 can't be 10. It is 5. It cannot be 1. So all of the answers, 20, 10, and 1, none of those can be correct. So we're going to mark them all. All right, it is now time for your homework on page 683 and 684. When you're done, have an adult check it or take a picture and send it to your teacher. Have a great day.